Bon dia and welcome everyone and good morning. This is the morning mindfulness at the Georgia Museum of Art. And we're in front of a picture, Flying Circus by Amos, an artist from the Atlanta area who unfortunately passed away this past May. And if there's an opportunity when I'm done with leading meditation, I will ask Sage if it's possible to show you some of the other work around here, because she does quite amazing work. And absolutely, I invite everyone to come to the museum. The museum is open Thursday to Sunday, and you can both go to the website to register, or you can just come in and find out about other virtual programs they have, including yoga in the galleries and other family programs. But they are letting guests come into the museum. They limit how many, and you have to keep social distance, but it still is a wonderful place to appreciate and walk through art. My name is Jerry Gale. I began the mindfulness morning meditation here at the Museum of Art 5 years ago, maybe. I lose track of time. And many other guest people have come in to lead meditation. So it's a cast of many who have contributed to make this program work, and my appreciation to all of them as well. I also want to share my appreciation to Sage Kincaid, who has been very good at helping organize, invite, and help facilitate this whole process. And I also want to give my appreciation to the Georgia Museum of Art, that in their wisdom and created the opportunity for this event to occur. So my appreciation to the Georgia Museum of Art. And I also want to acknowledge the indigenous people of the land in which I sit, the Muskogee Creek, the Cherokee, the Appalachee, the Vochee, and the Shawnee, whose people have lived here where they don't own the land, but their heritage is still here. And before I start the meditation, I also want to acknowledge the 8 people that have been killed recently in Atlanta nearby. Their names are Delane Ashley Yawn, Paul Andre Michaels, and I apologize if I mispronounce anyone's name, Jioji Tan Dao Yu Feng, and the sole survivor is Alicius R. Hernandez Ortiz, and others have not been named. So my prayers go out to them and their families in this difficult time. As I sit here in front of this artwork by Amos, it leads me to think about our points of view, our horizons, how we see and experience the world. And Miss Amos has been very good, as I look around at all her work surrounding me, to really paint pictures to invite us to see the world in new ways. And when we do meditation, one practice that we can consider is how we ourselves are canvases, and how many life events give us a patina and paint us in a particular way to how we see or notice aspects of the world. Everything from our genetics to our family of origin, to our communities, the medias that we watch or listen to, all contribute to shape us. And when we practice, the value of attending to the stories, the values, the opinions that can arise, and how we always have the freedom of choice. Which values, which views do I hold, and which ones do I reject or let abide? and maintaining a practice of observing both ourselves and the world in which we live. I invite each of you to begin by just noticing your own breath. What happens when we each breathe? How different muscles are involved, how one can expand their chest and stomach and belly. Where we inhale and exhale from, nostrils or mouth or both. And perhaps noticing the subtle effects of full breathing, deep breathing. And when we notice the effects of breathing and breath upon our own bodies, noticing your body, no matter how you're sitting or residing, perhaps your feet on the floor, perhaps cross-legged, or whatever position you're in. Noticing your own body, how it feels, feet, arms, buttocks, your head resting upon your neck and shoulders, your spine, perhaps your posture. And as we notice the body, you might become aware of different sensations. How your body feels right now in this moment. And as you notice feeling, perhaps consider energetically how the body is. Tired, resting, at peace, holding tension. Whatever you notice. And from that point of view, adding a brush stroke or a patina of acceptance. You can even invite a stroke or a brush of I accept, I am at peace. Or perhaps I am calm. And that is adding a stroke to us. But to notice as well as how we experience in many events in life help paint or brushstroke who we are. The media, the news we may listen to, a newspaper, talking with a friend. And as I look at the painting behind me or in front of me as I see it, and you see the painting behind me, the figures in the picture, the horses, the movement of everything alive, as if. And this is another aspect we can notice, how we observe the world in which we participate with. Perhaps seeing flowers bloom in this warm weather. Or the smell of rain when it falls. And noticing how stories arise as we observe the world around us. And how these stories can capture us. And some we may enjoy, and others may move us in other directions. And practice of meditation is awareness of whatever arises in the body, sensations, thoughts, emotions, energetically, spiritually. And to find the groundless ground of appreciative joy, compassion, loving kindness, and equanimity as we engage with our bodies and the world. And whether at times we want to close our eyes and go inward, or engage in the flying circus around us. The trapeze artists, the dancers, the horses, the people going for their daily walk, others driving to work, and others on their Zoom, or someone making a cup of coffee in their kitchen. How each of us are part of a larger ecology. In our own skin, from our own horizons, how we engage in the world. And like a painting, all parts of the painting are connected, part of the tapestry. The mixing of horizons of compasses. To engage with that appreciative joy, compassion, and loving kindness for ourselves, for others, and all things around us. To maintain practice when we're sitting, when we're walking, when we're driving, even when we sleep. An engaged presence. Breathing. Accepting. Acknowledging that too is I. And wherever your gaze may move, to the painting behind me, to thoughts or stories arising in your mind, to the sounds of my voice, know that you are an active person engaged in what you observe. And with practice, when you look, seeing the brushstrokes that help make you who you are. And to even choose which brushstrokes you prefer. We're more than the implicit patinas painted upon us. Where we're always breathing, remembering to note how you breathe. Remembering to note how you feel from your heart. How we engage or move in the world from Tatian, that place in the small of our back near our belly, centered, balanced. To invite actions of purpose, value, compassion. And to embrace whatever life brings us with loving kindness. And if you're engaging with the artwork by Amos behind me, you may notice the richness, the colors in which she paints, how she presents movement and dance. And if your eyes are closed and you're inward, noticing the richness within each of us, of our bodies, our mind, our heart, the stories that we hold. And if your attention is outside of you and beyond the painting behind me, whatever you notice, the richness of life, of where you're located, your own space, that partly define who you are and present who you are yet to become. And while I view practice as a way of being, without a beginning or an ending, I invite each person now to find a way to deepen their practice. For the time of the museum will be coming to a close soon. But taking a moment outside of space and time to deepen like a samadhi of practice into emptiness of space. And now, while I invite our time together here at the museum to come to a close, remembering the practices of compassion, appreciative joy, loving kindness can continue. And whatever you do the rest of your morning and into the afternoon, to engage with peace, balance, and harmony with that around you. Now, I don't think it's possible to unmute, but if anyone has anything they care to post, that would be fine. And I would like to see if Sage can move the camera around a little bit to show the space that you're all invited to come to see here at the Museum of Art. Miss Amos's work seems quite amazing. And she has done much work in her tapestry as well, creating tapestry and fabric. Now I'll see if there's any text to respond to. You're very welcome. Thanks for the appreciation. So is meditation in 2 weeks? When's the next meditation? So in 2 weeks will be somebody else leading. So a reminder to invite you and others to join us. And I wish you all the best. Be well.